The older a woman gets, the more masculine she becomes. Okay? So the older a woman gets, the more masculine she becomes. She doesn't become more feminine, she becomes more masculine. And this is why I tend to focus and date mostly younger women, because by default, younger women tend to be more feminine. And the reason why they tend to be more feminine is because they have not endured 4 to 5 decades of feminist brainwashing yet, or man-hating, or emasculation. They haven't experienced, like 3, 4, 5 decades of that yet, as older women have. To whereas now that they're in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, they almost expect men to be these like weak buffoons that they can control. Whereas younger girls, they have not been brainwashed to that extent yet. Even though they have had some growing up, they're still what I call these half vampires that can still be turned back. And I've dated many younger women who are these like kind of espousing these kind of coffee shop feminist ideas that I was able to turn back once I hit them with some facts, logic, reason, examples, where they could see like, yeah, this is kind of dumb. It's kind of a dumb idea. I don't know why I thought that. Oh, because all my girlfriends thought that. Oh, my teachers were teaching that dumb crap. So I believed it too. So you will notice this, guys, that the older a woman gets, the more masculine she becomes, the more controlling she becomes, the more loud, boisterous she becomes, the more demanding she becomes, the more hissy fit she throws, right? Like you might be in a marriage like this, whereas, you might have met this girl when you were in college and she was like the most feminine chick you've ever dated. But, throughout the years, she's become less and less feminine and more masculine, right? And a lot of that is your fault, by the way. If the chick becomes masculine on you and she wasn't like that previously, that is because you allowed that to happen. Because usually what happens is the reason why women become more masculine as they get older is because they have no examples. There's like no masculine men out there that they can look to and look up to as like, yeah, a strong male role model, right? Even their own fathers were weak and pushovers and were like spineless jellyfish. And after a lifetime of witnessing this, they slowly lose more and more respect for men and men's ability to just be a man and wear the pants and lead and to take care of things. So over time, they take on that role. Okay, they begin to take on that role. This is why I teach you guys constantly in your own relationships to constantly take the lead, constantly wear the pants in that relationship, constantly be making the decisions. Doesn't mean like 100% of the time, but most of the time you should. Because if you don't do these things, if you don't take on the role of the man, she will begin to take on the role of the man, and you will begin to take on the role of the woman. And I've seen a lot of these relationships like that reverse, where it started out, the guy was alpha, he was badass, but then his wife overtook him, and then she took on the role of the man, and he slowly took on the role of the woman. Does this mean this is going to happen in your relationship, in your LTR, or with your newly married wife? It could, if you don't continuously step up and just be the man, right? And this shouldn't even be a job. This shouldn't take much effort. This just should be who you are, right? It should just become who you are. Having a masculine frame, knowing what you want, leading your relationship, not being a pushover, not rewarding her bad behavior, not constantly giving in to her, or constantly compromising with her, because that is what lowers your value in her eyes to where she slowly begins to lose faith in you and your ability to be a man. She slowly starts to lose that trust in you to take the lead, and then she starts taking over. For me, I don't like to date women who are in their 30s and 40s just because, again, they tend to be more masculine. They tend to be a little too rigid in their thoughts, their ideas, their political values. It's like, nope, been a Democrat my whole life. I ain't changing. I love this SJW wokeness. I support transgender LGBTQ RSZ rights, and if you don't, you're a misogynist. I don't want to hear it. No, I don't want to hear it. They're already set in their ways. They've already been damaged by society. and all of the mainstream brainwashing and the feminist narrative and all the propaganda, it's almost like they're just too far gone. Doesn't mean like there aren't any feminine women over 30. I mean, there are, but they're pretty hard to find. I mean, they're few and far between. It's actually a lot easier to just date somebody 10 years younger who is already feminine, right? You might have a few of those feminist ideas that you can just easily remove from her, like with a little bit of conversation, a little bit of talking, a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of you just being on your own path and purpose and showing her the correct way. She'll follow your lead. Whereas girls who are in their 30s, 40s, they're set in their ways. A lot of them don't want to follow your lead. They want to follow their own lead, which explains why they're still single in their 30s and 40s. Most guys don't want to deal with that. Even blue pill beta guys don't want to deal with that. They're just like, you know, I kind of want to feel like a man. Even they don't want to deal with that. So these chicks remain single. They become more and more dependent on government. This is why so many of them vote left. They vote for bigger government because the government becomes their new daddy. And they vote in all these entitlements for themselves. This is why, like, so many females in government is just not a good idea, right? But that's a topic for another coaching video, right? But yeah, the older a female gets, the more masculine she becomes. You know, just based on the fact that so many men out there are so weak and such pussies and can't stand up for themselves and continue to kowtow to them. You know, and this is why I don't like leftist politicians either, because they constantly cater to the feminine. Doesn't mean that people who are on the right don't, because they're doing it too sometimes. They just don't do it as often as people on the left. People on the left like constantly do that. It's like, nope, more women in tech, more women in government. No, we need more women in Congress. We need more women in the Senate. We need, it's like, why? Why? Somebody even once called me a warmonger. Hey, you warmonger! Like, what? I'm not in the military. Why am I a warmonger? Right? Because you're a man. Men are naturally warmongers. I'm like, all right, whatever. In any case, guys, take this lesson to heart. This is why you want to date younger women. This is why you want to watch coaching videos like mine, so you can learn how to do that. Okay, it's not that hard. I've been doing a lot more coaching videos lately on how to date younger women because I want you to experience that femininity, the beauty of that femininity that is just so alluring as a man, that mostly comes from younger women and not so much from older women, just for the reasons I stated in tonight's coaching video. And with that said, I'm going to wrap up here. It's time that we head this out. Look at Giz. He's like, take me out, Dad, take me out. So, time to go. And if you enjoyed that coaching video, don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell as well so that you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on my YouTube channel. And more importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Very important you subscribe. Helps me out a ton. Helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content even further, best way to do that is to jump into 7 months of mastery. Right now it's only $1, so click that link below and it will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. Just takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.